Stats, can you hear me? Stats, can you hear me?
Yo, what's up, yo?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Salute. They gonna be streaming on the stream yard, y'all. Just so y'all know.
The link's up top.
Oh, this shit fucked up.
Let me see what's in the chat. Somebody put a 1 in the chat. Hey, that's all right, bro. If I don't think that was Bloody Brunch room, that was the other room. Well, I just let them do what they gonna do, man. I'm not here to try to force people to take my position. You know, a lot of niggas is compromised. It's not in their interest. You know, a lot of niggas is hoes, prostitutes. They sold their soul and allegiance. Well, look, check this out. Shout out to Clubhouse. Everybody share the room, ping up. Yael, is you on your other phone? Is you on StreamYard with me? You got to come off your mic.
I just tapped in on StreamYard, but I just heard y'all voice on here, so I can't hear.
Okay, well, why don't you go ahead and undo your mic on StreamYard since we live and introduce yourself, my nigga. Oh, now you gone. You know what I'm saying? But today, shout out, Death of the Cloud Chasers. Shout out the Real Damu Love. We on Clubhouse right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the homie, the U.O.D, Stats 280. You know what I'm saying? We conducted a couple of interviews specifically to get to the bottom of CS2 Back, who it really was. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to everybody that's on YouTube right now. Share that link on all your social medias. Let everybody know. We finna let y'all know is the truth about the hip-hop police. And that Cash Jones, a.k.a. CS2 Back, is in the paperwork on the motherfucking, on the Main Street Mafia case. You know, this is like some real Hollywood shit, though. Mixed with some gangster shit and a whole bunch of hoe shit that gangsters don't get down with, though. For real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is booth. But you gonna be a judge for it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Today we gonna show y'all we gonna premiere a 3-piece documentary of Wack 100, CS2 Back, and the Main Street case. You know what I'm saying? Pull up the homegirl Shay News. What up, Shay News? But yeah, like I said, we on Clubhouse. I'm waiting to see if Yael come in before I start the video. Man, everybody ping up, man. Share the motherfucking room on Clubhouse. Share the link on VP. What up? What up, Groove Line? We got the Hoovers in the building. We got the neighborhood Crips in the building. We got New York in the building, Jersey. You know what I'm saying? We got niggas from all Compton in this motherfucker, homie. You know. Shout out Yuck Mouth, man. I appreciate you using the platform. I hope you looking. Everybody go follow the Yuck Mouth TV podcast. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can check out what I said last night. The thing about that platform when I was on there last night, it really didn't give context to it. You know, you can try to denounce or undermine what I'm presenting to you. And you'll be attacking me where we haven't presented the paperwork on the and or the statements from 2 people involved on the case. The 2 people, one being Stutterbox, Robert Ross, formerly known as Stutterbox. A lot of people still know him as Stutterbox, from Main Street Mafia Crip. He was kidnapped, you know what I'm saying, allegedly, kidnapped, beat up, robbed for $15,000, his jury, and let go. And what they were calling some kind of extortion claim. So the police called it that. Del Dog and 6 other Main Streets were later charged on it. And dozens of people were investigated and questioned about it. Some hip-hop stars, to be continued. Because once them transcripts come and we got receipts, we gonna make sure that we get y'all that too. So I guess Yael ain't coming up here. Everybody waiting on hey, when you come in the door, it's free. Hit that like button. Let's get in the algorithm so everybody can know why the fuck this nigga want to call everybody else a rat, because that's what he is. You know what I'm saying? You gonna understand. We gonna understand. Hold on. I don't want to get these motherfuckers on me on YouTube. So what we gonna do is go to Active Chucks. So anybody looking for it, that's 2 S's on the Chuck. Go to Active Chucks on YouTube, and you got a 3-part documentary on there, right? Hip Hop Police. I just released it. Well, right now, let's go. Part 1. Let me get up back on StreamYard so y'all can see.
Dude, I'm backstage.
Let me know that.
Yeah, I'm backstage waiting on you, bro.
Okay, hold on. Let me share the screen. Boom. And then we're gonna go right here and share this. All right, let's go ahead and start it over. Let me get a 1 in the chat if y'all can see it.
Salute, dude. Salute.
Salute. Let me blow it up.
Yo, it's definitely the Cloud Chaser TV, man. We back up in this thing again. You did.
Wack 100, most famously known for arguing on Clubhouse and exposing snitches and often fake paperwork on rappers like Jim Jones, 21 Savage, and even OGs out west like Big U, has been exposed as a confidential informant according to paperwork produced by his defendants, Robert Ross, also known as Stutterbox, and Shaquille O'Neal's business partner Mark Stevens. In order to clearly understand how Wack 100 came to snitch by wearing a wiretap, we must first examine this case by basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal. The Main Street Mafia crips out in Los Angeles. Lawsuit. Shaq told me to kill people. Shaquille O'Neal requested and directed his former friend to kill several people, including a gang member, a record producer, and a woman he impregnated. Those are the shocking allegations in a new lawsuit. Shaq's former pal Robert Ross, an ex-gang member, is suing O'Neal for allegedly masterminding a plot to have him kidnapped by other gang members back in 2008. So how is Wack 100 involved in this case? And how do we know he was an informant? It's simple. You look at the paperwork and or talk with the individuals directly involved in the case. That's exactly what we did. In order to get to the truth, there are 3 individuals from the case we need to look at. Wack 100, Robert Ross, also known as Stutterbox, and Shaq's business partner Mark Stevens. First up is Stutterbox, the man at the center of the wiretap on which Wack 100 is exposed as a confidential source.
Stutterbox, what up? Can you hear
Oh, what's up, homie?
What's going on? Salute, Stutterbox.
An opportunity for you to voice it. And it's ironic, it's the same day that we get the stories from Mark Stevens, who said that this dude is running campaigns against people, especially Big U. He's mad because once Big U found out from Mark Stevens that he was cooperating on the Main Street case, that he couldn't fuck with him no more. He's afraid that Big U would expose him. You know what I'm saying? And you said in a video that not only did you not tell on Wack 100 and send him in his house when he got raided, but you said that you heard an audio with him on a wiretap conspiring to murder. Could you expand on that for me, bro?
I said, police ass nigga, talking about nigga, the first code of conduct is you don't talk to the police. Nigga, you is the police, nigga. Officer Wack, snitch ass 100. You should be silent and violent. This dude keep kicking my name. I told this nigga I'm gonna drown his ass, homie. On Main Street, I'm gonna drown. I decided to let this buster ass nigga know I know what he did. Right? I'll get to some gangster shit. Nigga almost killed me and my baby mama, put like 20 holes in my Rolls Royce. Make it up out of there. Wax see the bullet holes in my car the next day. He reaching out, trying to contact the nigga who supposed to be the boogeyman. I know where the nigga live at. I'm like, that. It's in the paperwork. All on wiretap. That's why your house got raided, you bitch ass nigga. You conspiracy to commit murder, nigga. You buster ass nigga. But let me tell you how it play out. Call cuz, like, cuz. It's 3 niggas sitting in front of your house, cuz. Is these your homies, Wack? Oh, no, Box. I know who they are.
Drop the link in the Discord.
Out the house with the footage. Them niggas probably almost shot each other trying to pull off. Almost shot each other. If I know what I knew now, I would have jumped over their car, cuz, ran across the lawn, kicked their Wack his house got raided because he was on the wiretap. With Dog, you know.
Right.
The homie not here no more. Rest in peace to the G homie. I wish Dog was here to address this himself. You feel me?
Right.
But I'll enlighten y'all on different things. What is it exactly you want to clear out? And I air it out, clear it out, however it gotta go.
So on the video, when you said something about conspiracy to murder, what actually did you hear on audio of Wack 100 that the feds had, but haven't charged him for conspiring to murder?
He allegedly gave Dog my address, homie. And I told you that they was in front of my house. So somebody gave him the address. If I get killed, whoever gave him the address gonna get conspiracy to murder. But if I don't get killed, they can get conspiracy to attempted murder because they shot up my Rolls Royce, put 17 holes in my Rolls Royce. Whoever passed the baton. So it's a question mark there, homie. You know, we from the streets. We know that.
Right.
Stutterbox. So how about this? What have you had any conversations with Mark Stevens after all this happened?
Yeah, Mark, my Muslim brother, homie.
Okay.
I love the brother. I talked to him probably last week.
We glad that we got that cleared up because it shows how much he lied and how he's trying to get out in front of this story that he knew was coming. And that's the interview with Mark Stevens exposing that he was confidential source to Back on the Main Street indictment.
A day after this interview with Stutterbox drops, confirming that Wack 100 was caught on a wiretap with a conspiracy to commit murder, yet never going to jail for it. Wack decides to call up Stutterbox himself on a recorded phone line.
Let's play Stutterbox talking to Wack. This is what I'm trying to figure out, though, Box. Help me understand this, because me and you both know that whole case was your thing. What is Mark saying I had to do with the case, bro?
Wack, listen, in the paperwork, it said you tried to call Dog, remember?
I tried to
and he
call
won't take
Dog.
your call. And I sent it to you. And he
I
said
talked to Dog.
but he said he didn't talk to you. He wouldn't take your call. But they said he wouldn't talk. Yeah, and Dog said he was cool. He didn't want to talk to you in the paperwork.
Mark
That's what
tried
you said is going off of what
that whole Main Street shit. That was your play. I had nothing to do with it. I was a victim.
Because they said when Dog called you, his phone was hit. That's how they got on your line.
No.
And you play. That's what they say, Wack.
No.
As you can see by now in this first part, Stutterbox.
So we finna get back into that. But before we get back into that, let me stop sharing real quick. Before we get back into that, I want y'all to really just digest what you just heard. Wack 100 had came up on Clubhouse after he heard that we was on the phone with interviewing Mark Stevens, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna bring the Stutterbox. I'm gonna bring the Stutterbox audio to basically like he gonna clear himself with Stutterbox." Remember last year when I first released it and Stutterbox made that video towards Wack 100? Wack 100 was saying, "Oh, you can't believe the snitch. Why are you gonna believe the snitch?" Knowing that Mark Stevens is a businessman, hasn't coming out with the paperwork and not knowing that he was a CS2 back and all that. And so he did, he's never gonna come. I'm good. Nobody's ever gonna find out. Wack 100, I know what you did last summer, my nigga. So the nigga comes on Clubhouse and he plays that audio. And he said, "Well, why does Mark Stevens," let me go back and rewind that for you so y'all can get understanding. Why is Mark Stevens mad at me, or why is he on me? And Stutterbox, the dude's supposed to clear Wack. Stutterbox say, because you in our paperwork. You're in the paperwork for the Main Street Crips, right? You're not charged on that indictment. Never was charged on that indictment, right? You keep spinning us, got us going, thinking about the Tupac Biggie murder, you and Greg Caton. Well, for those of y'all who believe Greg Caton, first of all, who's a dirty cop and doesn't really have any credibility, right? I'm gonna go ahead and go on here and play some audio for y'all where Greg Caton specifically admits that he didn't know what was going on with Box and the Main Street Mafia case. He didn't get involved in that case till well after. This is when I dropped the paperwork. Wack tried to bring 2 retired police to Clubhouse to verify that he wasn't working with these police. I've never seen no shit like that, right? He brought the police on Clubhouse to verify that he wasn't working with the police. So I'm gonna play this clip. Let me get on StreamYard so that I can share this for y'all, so y'all can understand that y'all fell for the 3-cup Molly tricks, right? 3-card Molly. Here we go. We're gonna share this.
You playing it right now, Deuce?
Yeah, you can't hear it?
No, I can't hear it on my end. My
Okay,
internet keeps jumping in and out. My bad, bro.
let me see. We're gonna let it play one more time.
Somebody because you haven't proven their reliability. So, I don't know what Box had going on, the whole Main Street thing and all his drama and background going on with that case. I became involved in it later, but
He make it clear why Wack then brought him on here to clear him that he don't know what was going on with the Main Street case and stutter box and all of that, because at that time he had nothing to do with that investigation. So while you done raided Wack 100 house and Wack went to the 64th floor of the federal building and went to the 64th floor of the federal building, then you didn't have nothing to do with the Main Street case. Wack was never charged in the Main Street case. So that means that Wack was being interviewed by Greg Caden for something other than the Main Street Mafia investigation. So y'all keep that in mind when you get to thinking about the implications of that. You're not in jail. You went to talk to the FBI, which were covering the Main Street case, and the sheriffs also, as well as you went to go talk to Greg Caden. We know that, and he makes it clear he had nothing to do with it. So why would you bring Greg Caden, who have nothing to do with the Main Street and their investigation until later after you was arrested, to verify your name as if he was the lead on the Main Street investigation? Don't believe me? Go on YouTube to Wack 100 bring Greg Caden on to Clubhouse, him and Reggie Wright Jr., and you go listen to him saying, that's the lead detective on the investigation right there. Yeah, he was telling the truth, but the investigation of Tupac and Biggie murder, that's Greg Caden. With the Main Street, that's another animal. So now we're gonna go back to the premiere, part 1. It's almost over. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Hold on. It's not playing. Let me get this shit right. Go back to StreamYard. Present. Share screen. Share screen. My bad. For all of y'all that didn't get that last part, we'll let that go. It was the ending anyway. But we gonna make sure that y'all get an opportunity to hear the last part because it's very pertinent. Here it go.
No.
And you play. That's what they say, what?
No.
As you can see by now in this.
Did y'all hear that?
Studderbach.
Could y'all hear on Clubhouse?
I'm trying to figure out though, Box. Help me understand this, because me and you both know that whole case was your thing. What is Mark saying I had to do with the case, bro?
Like, listen, in the paperwork, it said you tried to call Dog, remember?
I tried to
and he
call
won't take
Dog.
your call. And I sent it to you. And he
I
said
talked to Dog.
But he said he didn't talk to you. He wouldn't take your call. But they said he wouldn't talk. Yeah, and Dog said he was cool. He didn't want to talk to you in the paperwork.
Mark
That's what
tried
you said
to-
was going off of what.
That whole Main Street shit, that was your play. I had nothing to do with it. I was a victim.
Because they said when Dog called you, his phone was hit. That's how they got on your line.
No.
And you play. That's what they say, what?
No.
As you can see by now in this first part, Studderbach clearly implicates Wack 100 into this case, not only in an interview with Deuce M's and Stats 280, but also right to Wack's face on the recorded phone call. In part 2 of this video, let's take a look at the actual paperwork from the case, which exposes Wack 100 as a confidential source in the Main Street Mafia Crips case. For this breakdown of the paperwork, we turn to rapper Deuce M's, who is responsible for exposing this paperwork to the world.
Big M told you niggas now, bitch hit your brimmin', bitch hit your brimmin', bitch hit your brimmin', bitch hit your brimmin'. Now all my homies feel it,
Bitch hit your brimmin', things in New Sims and the West Side FHN into the building, back to the money after 10 years in.
We finna get into the paperwork. The paperwork is a transcript of a wiretap. And once I get into this paperwork, you gonna understand that Back was one of the names that the feds used for confidential source number 2. So Back Wack also says CS2 Back. CS2, for those who don't understand law, is code word for confidential source.
That's part 1 of a 3-part documentary. Hey, Wack 100, good looking out. I'm gonna make you famous, my nigga. You want?
Can't hear you, dudes.
Can you hear me? Hey, Yael, can you hear me? Can you hear me, y'all? I guess not. Let me see. Hey, somebody put a 1 in the chat on YouTube and let me know that y'all can hear me.
I can hear you now.
Oh man, you got me thinking that niggas can't hear me and all that. You know what? I'm gonna fuck you up. What's up? Welcome, my brother, from another Simply Talking podcast. One of the YouTubers that was smart enough to say, I'm not finna let this nigga boss me around. He a weirdo. I'm my own boss. I'm gonna get your content and the other side content and not be biased. Shout out Simply Talking podcast.
Salute. What's up, fellas?
Oh, did you see part 1?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. What you got to say about that, Yael, before we get into part 2? And then simply, I want your back feed on it. We're going to go to Clubhouse for about 10 minutes and let everybody on Clubhouse on the stage, any questions they got to have, or just what comes to their mind after being dropped on with overwhelming evidence from somebody on the Main Street case. Your mic on, Yael. He gone. Come on, Simply. What you got to say, bro?
Nah, I think the nigga ratting because why are you going through all this fucking extra shit trying to sue people and all this? If you straight, you don't need to sue nobody.
Oh, we didn't even talk to that. Give some context to what you mean about the lawsuit.
Yeah, didn't he say he was going to sue somebody for defamation? What did he say? He said defecation, taking the shit.
No. Deformation, like it was deformed. He illiterate, bro. The little boy.
That shit was crazy, man.
He didn't realize he was dealing with a hashtag thinkers, my nigga. You ain't as smart as he claimed to be, my nigga. But for those who
like I said, I ain't got no dog in the fight, but that shit is all messed up. Nasty work.
But the first place, you ain't even supposed to be in nobody paperwork, especially when you ain't charged on that case. You know what I'm saying? So why is you, and then we ain't got to that, but what he was talking about at Wack 100 is feeling the onslaught He's getting it from all ways. Hey, Eggy Egg, mic up, bro. We recording. So he posted yesterday. He posted a picture of me. Well, one was a picture one of my ex bitches took of me at her house in the jungles. The other one was a video he got off of my YouTube. I'm feeding 700 people hot barbecue on downtown LA on Skid Row, barbecued on Labor Day to feed the people. That's the name of the thing through my charity. Everybody go donate to Active Chuck's charitable org. It's on Instagram, type it in, 2 S's on the Chucks, or just Google it and you'll be able to find ways to donate so we can keep that going. He went through, what kind of man goes through a video and see another man eating an icicle in 90-degree weather under the barbecue grill?
That nigga got wet. That nigga got wet while you was eating the popsicle.
Oh, man, I feel violated, man. Hey, look, Wackiana, I don't swing on that side of the fence, my nigga. Stop playing with me like that, boy. He's a boy.
Hey, you know I got fire up, man, but I ain't gonna mess up your live, so I'm going incognito.
Okay, that's what's up. Hey, we on Clubhouse. Kev, anybody got some feedback or something they want to say? We got about 4 more minutes before we get into the next one.
Yo, the floor is open, y'all. I was just gonna jump in and just say that shit sound crazy. That it's the shit that he pull every time, and it just keeps getting exposed. So let's keep it rolling. Anybody got any questions on the stage, y'all?
I ain't got no question, but I told y'all a long time ago, watch out for that snake in the grass and snake.
Man, you did tell me that. And what I tell you, I said, bro, I'm just out of respect to him being a down move, trying to keep it copacetic. I don't want no problems with nobody. He just kept following me. The man's a stalker. Yeah. But look, so that was part 1. Anybody else got any statements that's on the stage?
Deuce, I'm just gonna say that I think he heard you got some thick fingers like me, cause
oh yeah, I think my fingers. I think my fingers a little bit thicker, right?
Y'all niggas ain't taking Mika job.
I don't want it, nigga. I'm not applying. Yeah, I'm not applying, my nigga. You know, if you pitch, you'll catch. You understand? So let me stop before they flag us.
Just like CK.
Oh yeah, well we ain't. Oh, he might be. I've been contemplating it. Let him keep playing them whole game. But look, we go on the video too, because it's get a little bit more expensive. Hold on. Let me pause this. Go back to stream, y'all. You know I ain't that good with this shit. We don't be going live and shit. We be on Clubhouse.
we know you're not good with it. We know.
Hey, stop putting my business out there, brother. You know what I'm saying? Share screen. You know, we live right now. You can't be exposing me on my own show, brother. Part 2. I'm technologically illiterate. Fuck it, y'all figured it out.
Hey, you don't gotta share the screen every time, right? If you already got the video downloaded, just click on the little plus symbol and upload the video.
Well, we already on it. I don't want to go through all that. Let's go.
Go for it. I don't see it.
You don't see it?
Uh-uh.
Can you see it?
Nope.
Let me stop it. Make sure everybody can see this motherfucker. I don't know how you can't see it. Let me see. Go back to StreamYard one more time. Oh, it was showing that everybody could see it, bro. You just couldn't see
I'm
it.
saying, I don't know why I can't see it, but yeah, I couldn't see it.
Hey, put a 1 if y'all was able to see that. Yeah, they're able to see it, bro.
Yeah, it's coming up now. Yeah, it's coming up now. There you go.
Okay.
Yo, it's Duff for the Cloud Chaser TV, man.
Previously in part 1. We found out from Robert Ross, also known as Stutterbox, a Main Street Mafia Crip and Wack 100's neighbor, that Wack 100 or CS2 Back got his house raided for getting caught on a wiretap on a conspiracy to commit murder.
What is it exactly you want to clear out? And I air it out, clear it out, however it got to go.
On the video, when you said something about conspiracy to murder, what actually did you hear on audio of Wack 100 that the feds had, but haven't charged him for conspiring to murder?
His house got raided because he was on the wiretap with Dog. You know, he allegedly gave Dog my address, homie. If I get killed, whoever gave him my address gonna get conspiracy to murder. But if I don't get killed, they just get conspiracy to attempted murder because they shot up my Rolls Royce, put 17 holes in my Rolls Royce.
Let's play Stutterbox talking to Wack. This is what I'm trying to figure out, though, Box. Help me understand this, because me and you both know that whole case was your thing. What is Mark saying I had to do with the case, bro?
Wack, listen, in the paperwork, it said you tried to call Dog, remember?
I tried to
and he
call
wouldn't take
Dog.
your call. And I sent it to you, saying he didn't talk to you, he wouldn't take your call. Dog said he was cool, he didn't want to talk to you in the paperwork.
Mark
That's what
tried
you said
to
was going off of what
that whole Main Street shit, that was your play. I had nothing to do with it. I was a victim.
Because they said when Dog called you, his phone was hit. That's how they got on your line.
No.
And you play. That's what they say, what?
No.
As you can see by now in this first part, Stutterbox clearly implicates Wack 100 into this case, not only in an interview with Deuce M's and Stats 280, but also right to Wack's face on the recorded phone call. In part 2 of this video, let's take a look at the actual paperwork from the case, which exposes Wack 100 as a confidential source in the Main Street Mafia Crips case.
We're gonna get into the paperwork. The paperwork is a transcript of a wiretap. And once I get into this paperwork, you're gonna understand that Back was one of the names that the feds used for confidential source number 2. So Back Wack also says CS2 Back. CS2, for those who don't understand law, is code word for confidential source. But once I get into this paperwork, you're going to understand that Back was one of the names that the feds used for confidential source number 2. So Tiny Draws told that nigga, you on paperwork, nigga. What's up, Back? What's up, Back? And didn't nobody understand why he was calling him Back.
You lying. Are you dumb or something?
How young Back?
Go ask
How
your
young Back?
uncle if he didn't see my daughter.
How young Back? Let's talk about it, little Back.
Who's Back? I don't know.
You know who Back is.
I don't know.
You know
who that
exactly who Back is, nigga.
is. I don't know who that nigga is.
You know exactly who Back is. Stop playing
I
these
don't
games,
know
nigga.
who that nigga is.
You know about Marky Mark. You know about Stutterbox. You know about Dale Dog Back.
I don't
Stop
know
playing
who
these
Back
games,
is, my
nigga.
nigga.
Stop playing
What's
these weird ass
Stutterbox got to
games,
do with
nigga.
something, though?
Yeah, stop playing these games, nigga.
Hold on, what's Stutterbox got to do with something, though?
Yeah, you
Hey, what Stutterbox
man,
got to
put
do with
that on Pyro.
He said 3 names on there. You know about Del Dog, you know about Marky Mark, and you know about Stutterbox. Wack gets to panicking. What's Stutterbox got to do with this? Let's go.
But
Put
answer
that on
that, though, 'cause
Pyro.
Stutterbox just
That's
called
gonna be
my
another
phone.
story we gonna talk about
Hey,
later.
what Stutterbox got to do with something?
I'm talking about that paperwork, nigga. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
You
nigga.
saying I'm on paperwork?
Bro, am I lying? Put that on
Are
Pyro,
you
you
saying
not.
Wax on paperwork?
Put that on Pyro, you
Put
not.
that on 6-0 Wax
Put
on
on 6-0
paperwork.
Crip, nigga. You on paperwork. Put that on
On
Pyro,
6-0,
you not.
you put that on.
Man,
Now
put
you
that on
gotta
Pyro
produce
that you
it.
not on that case.
Produce it.
Put that on Pyro that you not on that case.
You know I'm the one got told on,
Put
right?
that on Pyro, you didn't make statement.
So Tiny Draws said that the nigga name was Back and that he was on paperwork. Well, the paperwork is a transcript of a wiretap, and it's from Deldorf from Main Street Mafia case, rest in peace. So we goes to the first page, and it has the session 18202. This is the wiretap. Date and time 8/5/2008 through 9/22/38 to 9/29/39. Duration for 7 minutes, 1 second. This is the Feds breakdown. Dale tells Stevens that your boy Box, referring to Stutterbox, we can all agree to that, right? Went south. Back wants Dale's phone number. Back needs to talk to Dale. It's important. Back Wack, right? But it also says CS2 Back. CS2, for those who don't understand law, is code word for confidential source. Number 2.
At some point, you get a phone call from Wack 100, Cash Jones. What did he contact you concerning? He wanted to reach out to Dell Dog, rest in peace. I got the whole transcript, transcripts of the whole wiretap. Lawyers that was involved, they was able to get the discovery. But when you get the discovery, was part of that the actual wiretap? Do you see your conversation with Cash Jones in them transcripts? Paperwork, they put him as back. B-A-C-K. I kept asking the lawyer, like, who the fuck is, I ain't talked to no back. And they said, nah, that's Wack. But they put him as back because he a blood. Was this back also referred as confidential source number 2? Yes, sir.
So you get into it. Dale talks about Box incident and Back wanting to talk to Dale. Wack wanted to talk to Dale Dog. Mafia talk and someone talking too much. Box with a question mark. Sound like Back, which is Wack, has info on Stutterbox and talking about phone lines being compromised. So Wack is wanting to talk to Dale Dog, so he goes through the Mafia's talk, who we're going to use as Mafia talk for this, not to involve nobody else, right? He tell Mafia talk, look, I need to talk to Dale Dog. That nigga Stutterbox went bad. Well, Wack knows Stutterbox because that's his neighbor. In fact, that's how Wack even know Dale Dog. So the only way you would know that the wires is tapped, and the only way that you would know that Stutterbox had went bad, nigga, is if you done went and talked to them people. Wack admitted that he did go talk to them people on the 64th floor.
Raided my motherfucking crib, didn't find nothing. Cut my wife up, searching, going through everything. They ain't found nothing. When I went down to the federal building with my attorney to get my shit they took out of my office, every bitch was on that floor with FBI flak jackets on. That's the first thing I saw. I'm like, damn.
It goes into saying Box punked the game. 2 messages on Mark's phone. Mark is involved on the gang business and operations. Duke. Back is calling on another line to Mark. It says, hit me about 3 times. He want me to give you a number, so I'm calling to clear with you. First before. So Dale Dog was like, I'm cool on that, brother. Right? Nigga, he don't even want Wack to know his number. So the nigga Mafia, he come back and say, oh, okay, you don't want? All right, so you don't want to do no hollering, all right. He said, what's up with you though, man? Dale Dog changed the subject. So the dude Mafia style say, what we'll talk, man, you know, I just need to know, man, you when I talk to Back, which is Wack 100, I'm just gonna tell that nigga, man, oh man, well, you know, homie, you been on the phone with dude, and you know, like basically you been on the phone with Stutterbox, and you know, like, you know what? I'm saying you right, man. No telling what lies he told a nigga on the phone. You know what I'm saying? So they already own Stutterbox and Wack 100. And then also this Dale Dog. And then when you call the dude, you make the dude talk about certain stuff on the horn, you know? You know that.
Damn, my
you know
bad,
that's
Ghost.
what they got going on. He talking
Hey,
about
pull up Ghost and mod him up.
100 got that going on. I ain't got no time for this dude. You so then Mafia style say, I mean, you know that's good information. See, now I know how to like Brian I said, I ain't helping the Wack boy in a minute. The Wack
Pull him up, pull him up.
You know what I'm saying? He called me out of the blue yesterday. Not yesterday, last night. Left me 2 messages. And this morning. And I just need to know how to play it cool. You know what I'm saying? Nigga probably said, man, nigga going to jail, you know? Laugh. The nigga got to laugh. So that's the first page. Hold on, we ain't finished. We got some more shit that's gonna talk about that. Or confidential source number 2, aka Wack 100. Go to the next page with
All right, let's go ahead and pause that real quick. And I want y'all to really get into the fact that they were talking about confidential source number 2 was calling Mark Stevens, right? AKA Back, right? He called several times trying to get in contact with Dale Dog with information that that Stutterbox went bad. He went sour is the exact term, and that the phones is compromised. So after a while, Del Dog clicks over or gets on the other phone and makes a call to Mark Stevens clicks over and gets the other phone or something and makes a call to Del Dog. Hey yo, back trying to holler. He said it's important. Box went bad, and Del Dog cut him off. I'm cool on that brother. I'm cool on that brother. This is the confidential source. Number 2, right? Well, then he goes into it like, oh, so you ain't trying to holler? Okay, but like, what am I gonna tell him? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need to know. And he like, that dude been on the phone with that dude talking about Stutterbox. And they get him on the phone and say certain things. That's what they got going on, right? Del Dog tells Mark Stevens that's what they got going on, not just Stutterbox, but Wack 100, who was Stutterbox's neighbor, and how they met Wack 100 was through Stutterbox because they was neighbors. So this nigga get down on you, nigga, and you saying the phone's tapped, you saying that he's a snitch, so that means he got down on you, and now more than likely you trying to get down on us. If the phone's tapped, why you want me to call the homie? You know what I'm saying? But the most key important part about the whole shit was he said, well, that's good information. I ain't helped the Wack boy in a long time. He just called 3 times. Well, 2 messages and 1 time, and I just wanted to know what to tell him. You know what I'm saying? And he said, yeah, nigga probably saying niggas going to jail. And then they start laughing because they peeped the play. You trying to line us up. When you get into the paperwork, you got to remember Wack had talked to Greg Caden, his house had got raided, and now he blames Stutterbox. From the get-go, Wack been telling us on Clubhouse and everywhere else, Stutterbox told on him. Well, nigga, if he told on you, trying to call Del Dog and then we need to hear what Mark Stevens say. But we're gonna finish this because it's a couple more minutes left, and then we could go to video 3, which is a little shorter, and the interview with Mark Stevens.
Organization CS2 is able to provide limited information regarding violent assaults committed by the mainstream mafia crip, including shootings, burglaries, and murders. Confidential source 2 is unwilling to testify in court against members of mainstream mafia crip because confidential source 2 is fearful of retaliation against confidential source 2 and or confidential source 2's family. Tiny Draws called that nigga back because he already has seen this, bro. That nigga wasn't capping, and he knew he could stand on that. Wack 100 is confidential source number 2.
They put him as Back. B-A-C-K. I kept asking the lawyer, like, I ain't talked to no Back. And they said, nah, that's Wack. But they put him as Back because he a blood.
They say that he provided reliable information previously. The nigga say confidential source number 2 has provided reliable historical information concerning the mainstream mafia organization. However, confidential source 2 is only aware of certain aspects regarding the organization's criminal activity and narcotic distribution network. So he only know a little bit about how they move and work. Confidential source 2 has no knowledge or information regarding the methods in which narcotics are being transported to the Los Angeles area and distributed to mainstream mafia crip gang members. Additionally, confidential source 2 is unable to provide information regarding the narcotic customers, flows of narcotic proceeds, and methods that they are using to laundering their narcotic proceeds. Confidential source 2 is only able to identify a limited number of mainstream mafia crip gang members. Confidential source 2 is unable to provide specific information regarding the organization's extortion activity, methods of monetary collections and distribution of proceeds, because he ain't from Main Street. He only was dealing with the nigga Stutterbox. This nigga Wack 100 been on paperwork. Confidential source number 2, aka Back, aka Wack 100. He was the one calling the Main Street trying to get in contact with Del Dog, saying that Stutterbox told him. When Wack asked for the number, he refused. He told the homie, nah, nigga, this nigga been on the phone with him, nigga. That's how I met him through that nigga. If Stutterbox, and he could be a rat and all that, that don't mean he lying about Wack 100 being on a wiretap talking about conspiracy to murder. That holds the same exact time as murder, a life sentence. And if that's what you on wiretap for, and if that's what they came for you for, then how you out of jail?
Coming up in part 3, Deuce M's and Stats 280 speak exclusively with the last key remaining character in this case. And the person Wack 100 directly calls on the wiretap, according to the paperwork, Money Mark Stevens. In this bombshell interview, Shaq's business manager, Mark Stevens, exposes Wack 100, aka Cash Jones, the former Death Row affiliate, and Pacoima Pyru Blood, as a confidential informant for the FBI, with detailed, corroborating evidence and paperwork that leaves no doubt that Wack 100 is in fact confidential source number 2, or CS2 Back.
Damn. Let me go ahead and stop that. Yeah, your first your reaction, bro. Live reaction.
Hey, yo, Deuce Sims, where you get that from?
I heard about healthcare.gov and how easy it was to sign up. And
Yeah, that's the paperwork Wack 100 in, you know? Hip hop police, bro. That shit is real. Hun Young Back.
I love BetterHelp.
Let me
Therapy
stop this
has
shit real quick.
truly.
All right, we're gonna end that part. Go back over here. Yeah, you with me?
You already know I'm with you, man. I'm right here.
I need to know what goes into your mouth after seeing me break down that paperwork and even seeing the clip of Mark Stevens saying that Back is the person that called him. That Cash Jones is the person that called him. Go ahead.
Well, coming from a place to where, paperwork is very validated when you have parties involved speaking and concurring all the information. In the situation like this, we had a lot of people who are associated with Wack and that were very skeptical of this quote unquote allegation towards him. Being that the paperwork came out and the key components to that paperwork were now vocal and verbal about it, with transcripts that were verbally phone records being conformed and translated into paperwork, and people giving their stance on it and giving their intellect on this stuff, I feel like now it's there's no question. You really don't have a rebuttal. It's right here. You had key components that were involved in the case coming forth saying this man is CS2 Back, with one of the guys saying that we do sometimes categorize informants as sources. So you got people slipping up saying little things and then trying to recant what they said, or trying to, redirect it. But at the end of the day, dudes, a spade, bro. It's very hard not to really look at this for what it is, man. The evidence is here. And for those who are trying to trying to find fault in this, I think within themselves, they're not even being 100% with themselves, because they can't even believe what's in their face. You know what I'm saying? And even like, it's like beating on the dead horse at this point, because now it's like, it's right here. Everything is in your face, man. It's like, what do you got professional people who've dealt with cases like this, been in jail, understand paperwork, understand confidential informants, understand proffer agreers, understand, like, you talking to people who are very educated in this. But then you also dealing with a person who is a master manipulator and a spinner. So when you got that going
for a minute real quick, because when you compare Stutterbox, people gonna look at his credibility as different because he cooperated too. But even with him cooperating doesn't mean that he ain't telling the truth, that Wack also was on the phone for conspiracy to murder, and that Wack also was trying to backdoor him and contacted Del Dog on the wiretap, right?
Correct.
So I mean, you got that credibility, and
Man.
then you got the credibility of Wack 100. Let's just spend a little time on that before I get into Wack 100. Talking about earlier in the audio, said when he was talking to Stutterbox, saying Mark knows. Mark tried to do the three-way. So when you think about Wack 100, I think about Jim Jones, fake paperwork on him that he gave the 050 China Brim, and it was exposed on Clubhouse that it wasn't, it was some paperwork from the UK, bro. A white lady figured it out. It was some paperwork from the UK. 050 China Brim was foul for doing that to another Damu or another black or another person, period. That's disinformation. That's what the FBI do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He said Wack 100 put him up to it. He said, I don't know those podcasts. I got out of jail. I'm my dick in the dirt. And he basically did it for the money. Wack said he gonna put him in the game. You understand?
Wow.
So then you go to Big U. Every day he talking about it. And we'll get to Big U in the grid program later. A lot of people gonna feel how they feel. I got a little bit more intimate detail on it. I know the paperwork ain't cool on the contract, but who could really say that they out there supervising or say that somebody in jail because of something that had to do with the grid program?
Correct.
But,
correct.
So I got a better understanding on that. But other than that, we got not one person standing saying that this man is a rat. And it's been almost 2 years. Every week, sometimes every day, this man is screaming that this dude is foul and he's dirty. Let's get to other people, bro. Stats 280. You know what I'm saying? He's tried to smut Stats 280. Go look on his Instagram now. Yesterday, he had a post to me trying to say I was gay. He then said that I was a rat. The nigga, I told him produce the paperwork. Well, that was after I already called him out for the fake. He ducked that. You know what I'm saying? But then he said that I'm la Monte and I'm some kind of gay dude that's with a trainee in Madison, Wisconsin, under witness protection. But go look on YouTube on my videos. You're gonna see the Meet Me in the Set video with about 100 bloods in the Fruittown Brims and Bompton and different sets. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see all kind of footage with me with the homies out and about because I parole straight to LA first. But when you got somebody passing disinformation and trying to muddy the waters so that you don't have the credibility to bring the truth about this man, you get into a bigger problem. So speak on that and how they tried to how he tried to backdoor you with one of the rappers that he fuck with. Oh, he can't talk. My bad. All right, I'm finna play something else for y'all real quick because Wack 100 said Mark knows he the one that tried the three-way with Del Dog, right? And so he's referring us to Mark Stevens, and we finna get into that. But remember, Wack went on Bomb First and on Clubhouse. Let's get into this real quick because I want y'all to really understand what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to understand what he's saying. Okay, so we're gonna close this one. Well, that's part 3. Boom. And then we're gonna share this shit. Everybody share the motherfucking room. This is an exclusive act of Chuck's Death of the Clout Chasers, the U.O.D. Resistance, Real Damu Love. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all share. Let your people know y'all in here with some real ones. Some niggas that stand on what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. We're going to share this with y'all. Let's stop that real quick. So Wack admits he went to the federal building after his house was raided. He says he don't even know why he went there to pick up something, but he can't even remember, right? But you take your lawyer with you, right? Why would you take your lawyer if you're going to pick up some files or some of your property? You're going to pick that up at property at the station. He went to the federal building. He said that he was going to pick up some papers. Now, Greg Caden says, you came down there and we gave you the opportunity. We told you what it was. We gave you the opportunity to provide information to us. Why you didn't say that you went down there to talk to them first? Because they wanted to talk to you. Why are you being deceptive and say you don't know why you went down there? Whole bunch of suspicious shit. But let's go. So we done with that, right? We gonna get into one more and then the last video on YouTube, part 3, the actual interview with Deuce Sims, Stats 280, and Mark Stevens. Oh, they said it wasn't playing on YouTube. Well, that's all right. We cool. We'll go to the next one. We don't want to slow it down. I want everybody to remember that Wack 100 said that he saved 7 Crips with this case, sending Greg Caden to go talk to Mark Stevens, and that because of this Paru, he saved 7 Crips. They beat the case. That's not what Mark Stevens said. And I want y'all to understand and read straight through all of his black lies. These ain't white lies. These is black lies. Because he wanted y'all to never understand what he did that day. Let's go. Hold on.
Deuce.
What up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, so the police said that he wanted him to come down there just to see if he can help them with any type of information, basically.
Right.
Probably because you have helped us in the past with information.
Right. And even not even having to infer that, why are you trying to lie to us that you were just going to pick up some files or some kind of your property? You brought your lawyer. Why would you take your lawyer just to get that? You brought your lawyer because you knew what you was going down there for. You understand what I'm saying? So we finna go ahead and get into this video, and then we'll end with part 3, Mark Stevens' interview with What up?
Don't forget they gave that nigga VIP special treatment. Invite that nigga to what, the 78th floor?
No, he said the 64th floor.
Oh God, they didn't even meet the nigga in the lobby. They told that shit crazy.
Yeah, let's go. Check this out. So this is what he said. Shout out Bond first, even though I don't really fuck with him, but this is his content. So I want to make sure that he get full credit, fair use. This is a documentary, educational purposes, so these kids know why they shouldn't get involved in games in 2023. Because you have individuals like those in here that are working as hip hop police. Hold on.
If you perjure yourself on the stand and claim you wasn't a fucking informant, and in walks Greg Cadence, which I orchestrated that with Mark Stevens and my attorney. The only one came from that. You dropped the shit, we dropped the shit. I used it for that to help a certain individual out. I called my attorney, had the attorney put Greg. It's because they was able to line you up, make you perjure yourself on the stand, and claim you wasn't a fucking informant, and in walks Greg Cadence, which I orchestrated that with Mark Stevens and my attorney. The only one came from that. You dropped the shit, we dropped the shit. I used it for that to help a certain individual out. I called my attorney, had the attorney put Greg. It's because they was able to
Wack
line you
100
up, make
is
you perjure
claiming.
yourself on
Let
the
me
stand,
stop this.
and claim you wasn't a fucking informant, and in walks Greg Cadence.
So let me go back.
Which I orchestrated that with Mark Stevens. The only one came from that. You dropped the shit, we dropped the shit. I used it for that.
So now here it is. We got Wack 100. We got Wack 100 saying that Mark Stevens, he saved the 7 Crips that will fight the case on the Main Street case. He not charged on the case, right? He ain't never talked to the police on the case, if you believe him, right?
Right.
But I orchestrated, and because of me, 7 Crips got off. That's very, very telling because he said he sent Greg Caden, the police that raided his house, who owed him a favor. The same Greg Caden that was a dirty cop that he brought once I first dropped the paperwork to Clubhouse to verify to us that he wasn't working with Greg Caden and the other police, right? So y'all might get a little confused because that's some real weird shit, especially when you're talking about paperwork. Like, bro, I don't got them type of connections to have police and relations to have the police come verify my status. What I come from, you gonna get your co-defendants, those involved in the case, and your paperwork, and bring it to the table so niggas can validate. Look, I ain't feeling disrespected. Here it go. You know what I'm saying? Here's my code E number. Here's what. That's how you get verified that you're not working with the police. So by him doing some weird shit like that, boom, my baddie senses go up, or should I say, the ratty senses go up.
Good one.
Smell a rat.
My ratty senses crazy.
Yeah, what up?
That nigga, bro, somebody that's known to not tell the truth, to tell the truth, that shit crazy.
Yeah. And anybody else? Before we get into part 3, everybody share the motherfucking room. Let them know this some real content. See, these niggas don't really never been on them penitentiary yards. They never had to read paperwork. They never had to roll a nigga up off the federal penitentiary yards. And then most of them, they really don't care about that. This a whole new generation. But I'm going to tell y'all this. It's in me. I'm going to stay true to myself. A lot of you niggas is on you. So all you clowns that make excuses, even though the truth will be in your face, you really expose yourself. That you don't stand on principle. That you can be bought like a prostitute. Your loyalties, your morals, your moral compass is non-existent. You understand what I'm saying? This is everything except the Mark Stevens statement. We're finna get into that right now. Make sure y'all share this. Hit the like button on YouTube. Let everybody come up and hashtag hip hop police, hashtag my ratty senses went up. The same nigga that's fucking with the nigga 6ix9ine, who's a rat in a video he make as soon as he come out. You know what I'm saying? It all starts to check out, huh? Here go part 3. Let's get this shit over with. Oh, we'll get to that. He might be next. Hold on. I know y'all can't see. Here we go. Now y'all should be able to see. Let me start it back over. So y'all can see that insignia. Active Chucks, nigga. Shout out Kev Mac videos. The links on Active Chucks on YouTube, Kev Mac, so you can react to it there, homie.
Is the audio playing, Deuce?
Yeah.
All right.
Put a one in the chat on YouTube if y'all can hear it. Put a one in the chat. In the comment.
Case. And the person Wack 100 directly calls on the wiretap, according to the paperwork. Money Mark Stevens. In this bombshell interview, Shaq's business manager Mark Stevens exposes Wack 100, aka Cash Jones, the former Death Row affiliate and Pacoima Piru blood, as a confidential informant for the FBI.
What's going on over here? Got Mark Stevens on, and
Hey,
Mark,
hit the link up top on YouTube. You'll be able to hear it.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can hear you. Salute Mark Stevens. That's the way to salute everybody. Salute.
Yes, sir. So you was cool with him from the beginning, even negotiated on some business as he. Yeah, I met him with Stutterbox. I met him with the homie Stutterbox. That's how I first came to meet Wack, was through the homie Stutterbox, right? When I met him, dude was driving trucks, seemed to be cool. Box was like, yo, this was his neighbor across the street. He seemed to be cool. When Stutterbox defected, Wack picked up the phone and was basically being the interim, the middleman, because he was telling me Stutterbox was defected, and I was like, okay, but my whole thing is, if he defected, why are you fucking with him? Right. So he says that Stutterbox defected, and then you get some phone calls asking to speak to someone else, right? Yeah, he called me. He called me, man. It was, man, a series of calls, 4 or 5 calls. He wanted to reach out to the homie, rest in peace, Dell Dog. And I don't give out nobody math. So I called the homie Dell Dog. I'm like, yo, homie, you want to holler at this dude or what? Because he keep calling me. And he was like, nah, I'm good on that. I don't want to holler at dudes. So at some point, you get a phone call from Wack 100, Cash Jones. And when he contact you, what did he contact you concerning? He wanted to reach out to Dell Dog, rest in peace. And he wanted to give Dell Dog some information that he had gotten from Stutterbox, right? It's like he was getting information from Stutterbox on what his plan was and what the get down was gonna be. And he wanted to talk to the homie and talk to him. And Dog wasn't getting on the line with him. And he kept blowing me up because he wanted me to get him on the line. Right. Smart man. Rest in peace to Dell Dog, man. So he's talking about the phones is being compromised. Is that one of the things that he told you? Well, the homie Dell Dog never trusted dude. You follow me? Right. So Dog didn't know was the lines compromised or was they wired up for sound or not. He just wasn't gonna chance it. You follow me? Right. But it was later on. After they took the case to they was taking it all away because the homie ain't had no choice. You know, he was facing a life sentence, so he had to take it all away. And with all the lawyers that was involved, they was able to get the discovery, and that's when we found out that the lines was compromised. And as soon when you get the discovery, was part of that the actual wiretap the whole transcript. I got the whole transcript. The whole transcripts of the whole wiretap. And do you, in that paperwork, do you see your conversation with Cash Jones in them transcripts? That was the initiating. When they started recording. Right. And how did they refer to In the paperwork, they put him as Back, B-A-C-K. And I kept asking the lawyer, like, who the fuck is? I ain't talked to no Back. And they said, nah, that's Wack. But they put him as Back because he a blood, so it's Back. And I said, oh, okay.
And was this Back also referred as confidential source number 2?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Well, man, I'm glad that the truth was able to come out. And it's sad.
But bigger than that, homie, right? I watched dude, man. He said some things about the big homie Shaq, that wasn't true. He said some things like he been trying to destroy the big homie Big U name, and I'm seeing and watching this. And I called the big homie U. We was talking. I said, yo, when you get into Atlanta, man, come see me. Because I had what I had for years. And when I gave it to the homie, I said, man, you read it. Because it was a big-ass textbook of shit. And the homie just sided with what was right. He said, I can't fuck with dude no more. And that was the end of that.
Until Wack started attacking, and that's when Wack started attacking him with false allegations and all of this online weird shit, right?
Correct, because the homie Big U asked me why I didn't fuck with the nigga, and I said, when you pull up, I'm gonna show you. I want you to read it. And when he read it, he was like, oh, okay, I see why you don't fuck with the nigga. I can't fuck with the nigga. And that was it.
Wait, how long was it from when you first got it that you met you in Atlanta to show him the work?
I got the paperwork from the attorneys probably in, I want to say 12 or 13, because it was a series of, remember the incident happened in 07, 06, 07, but Box had went to prison. He caught a drug case, so he went to prison, and they waited to almost the last month of the statute of limitations to go get the homies from Main Street. Right. So it had been about a 5-year period from the time that had happened to the time that they came and got the big homies. And then once
how did you feel about you waiting that long now?
Well, he chastised me, and I never, one of the things, bro, and it's like it's the slippery slope, as people say, right? Like on one end, Wack, the nigga, he wasn't doing no harm, right? He was just trying to move around and be the tough guy. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is, okay, that's what you want to do, cool. But then it went from that to, I heard what he was saying about the big homie Shaq, and then I heard what he said about Big U, and that's when I picked up the phone. I said, hey, you, man, I want you to read something, man. And then once you read it, once you know, you know. That's Quran. That's the Holy Quran. Once you know, you know. You're accountable for what you know. And when he read it, he said, okay, I see why you don't fuck with dude. I can't fuck with dude. And that was it. Let me tell you something, man. I probably haven't seen nor talked to Wack in years, And, I wish everybody success and happiness, but not on the basis of lies.
Right.
And
not on and really indicative of your character, Mark, because you have a whole campaign publicly of a brother that's heavy in our community positively, helping get these kids graduated from school and into football and all of these other positive things, and he smutting his name through the mud just because he decided not to deal with it.
And brother, well put. Look, I call the homie Big U all the time. I call him the naked truth. And he always be like, why you call me the naked truth? I said, because Wack is the well-dressed lie.
Bitch, I'm naked right now.
It's an old parable about truth and lie when swimming. And, lie jumped out the water and put on truth clothes. So you had a well-dressed lie, but then truth got out the water and it was naked. So you got the naked truth that's trying to run down a well-dressed lie. Feel what I'm saying? Throw a rock and hide his head.
Right. that's a familiar tactic that he used. But we needed to get the truth where truth appears, falsehood disappears, man. And I wanted to hear that for myself, man.
Man, hey man, I appreciate you, man, and God bless. But like I said, man, it's a lot of things is just a well dressed lie. That's all I can say.
Right. And that's what Cass Jones is. He is the well dressed lie.
Yeah, and Big U is the naked truth. It is what it is. He always stood on the side of truth. He ain't never wavered from that. From the time I gave him that paperwork, I watched him take assault after assault because he just did the right thing. He just said, I can't fuck with you.
And I'm so glad that he ain't responded publicly to these negative lies because he's above that shit. Let him stay low and you just stay high. Don't let this man trick you up off the street or the feeling like you gotta address every lie he makes up every day.
Well, and then you gotta understand too, bro, it's like I told you about throwing a rock and hiding your hand. What's the motive for throwing the rock to begin with? Like we know the rocks is being thrown, but what's the motive? Like only thing I saw the homie Big U do, put out a great documentary on hip hop. I see him, man, putting these kids through college and sending them like I'm trying to understand what's the motive, or it's a motive that we can't comprehend because we don't think on those levels. You feel me?
Hey, that's perfectly said. And I'm gonna tell you this: in all of my life, being from the community of South Central Los Angeles, only time I ever heard of a public artificial dissemination of disinformation was through COINTELPRO and J. Edgar Hoover, man. And I'm just gonna drop that jewel and let you go, man.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good day, man.
Likewise,
brother. All right, salam alaikum.
Wack 100, who built his metaverse career by arguing about snitches and paperwork, has himself been exposed as a confidential informant for the FBI. According to paperwork and first-hand witnesses, when you look at the paperwork and talk with the individuals directly involved in this Main Street Mafia Crip case, it becomes abundantly clear that Wack 100, the former death row affiliate, and Pacoima Piru Blood, was previously a confidential informant for the FBI.
Yeah. We definitely back live with y'all. Share the motherfucking room. This is exclusive. Make this shit go live. Make this shit go viral. You know what I'm saying? This bitch ass nigga, shout out Jay Prince and Rap A Lot, man. You know what I'm saying? Jay Prince already been under federal investigation back, I think it was the 80s, early 90s or something. And then you got this antagonistic, same thing as COINTELPRO. This antagonist steadily trying to provoke him and implicate him in association with crimes and make it seem as if any pillar within the Black community that people might look up to, people might respect, he's jealous of that. And even more than that, he tries to provoke. I wonder what, now I'm starting to understand why. See, he had an agenda. He had an agenda for a very long time. Even the way he behaves on Clubhouse. He got into it with the gambler from the Bay Area, Jay Diggs. Jay Diggs was just being interviewed about, because Blue Da Vinci made a comment about it. And said something about Jay Diggs. So Jay Diggs said, okay, we get the interview and shout out the whole U.O.D. Death of the Cloud Chasers. We made sure that we collaborated on that. Unity overrides our destruction. Shout out to Real Damu Love and Death of the Cloud Chasers. And we had Jay Diggs in there, and he said Wack 100 is very intelligent, etc. Very complimentary of him. He wasn't trying to have any issues with that dude. He said he's very intelligent. He needs to tell Blue Da Vinci that he needs to bring the transcripts to his proffer agreement so that we could clear his name. You know what I'm saying? Because Big Meech called Jay Diggs, and then while he was already talking to Blue Da Vinci, and Big Meech said that nigga's a rat bastard and a piece of shit. I love him, but that nigga took a proffer agreement. That nigga hot. You know what I'm saying? From that, Wack, fuck your mama, fuck it, all implicating him and bro, implicating him and Mac Dre, something to do with that, implicating him, something to do with his son. Now we understand why. Shout out Jay Diggs, man. Somebody at Jay Diggs, man, on social media.
Shout out to the homie.
Hey, area, nigga.
Bay Area.
This motherfucking West Coast. We standing on business, man. You gotta, even Jim Jones, fuck some geographical shit. That's the problem. Our lack of good communication. Because we fuck with Death of the Cloud Chasers on the Clubhouse app, because we fuck with the real Damu Love, because we fuck with Unity Overrides Our Destruction, we seen the problem, and with other people within our community. And this is mic up. And we collaborated to expose the problem and the core of the problem that's within our community. You got Bloods, you got Crips, you got folks, Moes, people, and non-affiliates that's sick and is not going to accept this shit. So we done brought it to the table so that we can hold this nigga accountable, and he gotta wear this for the rest of his life. Today, he posting that he's gonna file a civil suit on Mark Stevens for telling the truth at that, right? He the one that said, ask Mark. He the one that tried to do the three-way, right? He the one that he told us and directed us to ask Mark Stevens. Not only that he saved 7 Crips and sent Greg Cadence to Mark Stevens, not only did when he was talking to Stutterbox, and Stutterbox said, "No, you in the paperwork trying to backdoor me and call Del Dog." And he said, "I talked to Del Dog." The nigga lied. I talked to Del Dog. He said, "No, in the paperwork it says that you didn't get to talk to Del Dog." And he said he was cool on you. This is the transcripts to the wiretap. He said, "Ask Mark." Mark, the one that was gonna set up the three-way. Well, you know what, Wack? We believe, and we asked Mark. And Mark Stevens just told you what the fuck happened. That you called him several times, trying to holler at Del Dog, tell him that the phones is compromised, and Stutterbox went bad. That's exactly matching what was said about the Wack board in the paperwork. That's exactly what was said about confidential source number 2 in the paperwork. Wack 100 is CS2 Back. He is a hip-hop police. So I want you youngsters that's getting into the industry, trying to change your life and do something positive, understand when you go to these clubs, don't be so quick to get cracking, because use your mind. A 1 second irrational decision can cost you the rest of your life in prison, because you got people like him, hip-hop police, that's infiltrated and attacked the hip-hop community. They already got a place for you. It's big business. The prison industrial complex is big business. I got you, Stats. It's big business. These major corporations invested into this. They got to see a profit. So be careful. Don't be listening to these dudes, and don't make no irrational decisions that could fuck off the rest of your life. Shout out to Draws. Shout out to my nigga Pop LQ. Shout out to Yugmouth for allowing us on his platform. Shout out my brother 415 Kumi. Let Kumi go, and Kumi, I want, after you seeing these documentaries, I want to know how you feel about it. Your reaction, then we're gonna give the mic to Stats 280, and because he went through a lot, and I really want him to have the opportunity to relieve himself of all of the weight that's been on his shoulders for the last 2 years. Go ahead, Mike, if you can.
Hey, yeah, actually, you can let Stats go first, man, because I agree with you, man. I'll go after Stats, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be real brief. I'll go after him.
Right. Stats, you with me? I don't think he in the live stream. Stats, you on Clubhouse? I don't know where he went. He on Clubhouse. Come off your mic, Stats. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, bro.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. He can't hear us. That's what it is. Go out and come back in. But yeah, man, and it's a lot of other people who done dealt with this disinformation. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Stats, you there, Stats?
Don't do the brother like that. But it's a lot of other brothers that have been defamed, attacked wrongfully. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers, listen, if you go, and there's a misrepresentation of people on Clubhouse, like we just cyber bang and paperwork parties all the time, and the positive don't get enough light. That's the only shit that you see on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You got some I met a lot of really good brothers. Stats, you ready?
Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, salute, man. After this right here, this is a live, so eventually we're just gonna put out the documentary, part 1, part 2, and part 3.
It's already
This is
up. It's already
oh,
up.
okay. Well, as far as on this channel.
Okay, bet.
Right. So yeah, man, shout out to all of us for staying consistent, being the resistance to this weirdo COINTELPRO individual. He threw a lot of dirt on a lot of real people as far as spreading lies and just pushing narratives.
Munchie B, I forgot Munchie B, homie.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Munchie B. He spread a lot of lies on a lot of real individuals, and putting people in lives in danger. I mean, we done heard numerous of times of him being on the internet, especially with my name, you know what I'm saying that he's going to have people do this and do that and whatever the case may be. And this is the type of individual he is, being that he's in a position to where he has power and resources. So he utilized his resources to bother and pester quote unquote regular people or whatever you want to call it.
Attempt to intimidate, niggas just wasn't going for it.
Correct. So with that being said, I also have we both got a video that Stutterbox put out on his Instagram. And we want to, and he's regarding and referencing the interview that wasn't really an interview. He was assuming that it was a regular conversation, but it turned out that he was being recorded. So Stutterbox is saying that Wack is up to his old games as far as using that wiretap.
Right. Mike, Scar, you ready?
Yes, sir, man. What's happening with y'all, man? Salute to y'all, man. Salute to my guys, man. I'm just saying, for a minute I've been saying, man, I had this concept, man, of that it's the hip hop COINTELPRO going on today, similar to how it was back, what I'm saying, in the 60s and the 70s and parts of the 80s, what I'm saying, how to use the COINTELPRO to destroy the Panthers and other movements, right? What I mean? The same shit, what I'm saying, division, what I'm saying, separatism, what I'm saying, infiltration, instigation, and all of that. You look at Wack, you look at Hassan Campbell, Charleston White, academics. You see the same characteristics, man. Like, the tactics is one and the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? These people, they inject themselves within your movement, man, then they cause division, you know what I'm saying? And they do shit that actually get people killed, locked up, and all kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been saying for almost a year that, that these 4 individuals are the 4 horsemen of the hip hop COINTELPRO, you know what I'm saying? And I stand on that. It's like, this right here is almost like the nail in the coffin on that fact, you know what I'm saying, on Wack alone, you know what I'm saying, from the jump, you know what I'm saying, like, y'all know me from Clubhouse, y'all never saw me fuck with dude, bro,
Period. Like even with my Tell brother him, Gambler fucking. tell people what he did to you or what he was trying to do to you,
No,
right?
no, we don't
Man,
want to get into that for obvious reasons, right?
yeah. I mean, it's good because I'm already a personality on here because I got my own channel. I spoke on this before, so it's
All right,
good.
do
You know
your
what I'm
shit
saying?
then. You got the mic.
Yeah. You know that. You know, and it's public, man. You know, dude, done said all kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like I brought out all the pig in him, man. You know what I'm saying? Cat threatened to make sure I couldn't get out. Talking about he was go call a warden on a nigga and all kind of weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Really though, I'm gonna be honest though, that was my intent. I wanted to expose it. You know what I'm saying? So I succeeded on that. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers always talking about they're a real penitentiary street nigga, which don't say much. You know what I'm saying? It don't say much to be a penitentiary street nigga because the penitentiary and the streets have suckers and rats in it too. We talking about on some real nigga shit though. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like for a dude 46 years old, you know what I'm saying, with the resources that he has, you know what I'm saying, he uses them for the reasons, man, to destroy our culture, man. You know what I'm saying? While pretending to be some kind of leader, man. He's the worst kind, though. Period. You know what I mean? And the thing about it, I can say this, you know, I've had 2 encounters with him. I just had one recent one with him a few days ago, man. You know what I'm saying? And like when you know what your character is, what you doing, you ain't worried about what another nigga got to say about you. I'm never worried about what dude has to say about me because I don't have nothing on me that he can expose. I don't have no skeletons in my closet. I'm good in here and out there. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? As far as him sending somebody at me, I always expect them to come. Period. You know what I'm saying? You
And
know
you
what I mean?
say maybe you
Regardless.
ain't gotta get ready.
Yeah. You
That's
know
how
what I'm
that
saying?
goes.
So yeah, I mean you can only play that card once. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, I'm not worried about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I told Gambler, it's like I told Rockstar, man. Like, y'all got more things going than this dude got going. And like I've been right. I haven't not been wrong about him. Period. You know what I'm saying? And y'all ain't been wrong about him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no doubt after all of these receipts that y'all showed, you know what I'm saying? It's not the nail in the coffin, it's the padlock welded, man. Period. You know what I mean? So, I land there. That's my 2 cents on that, man.
Salute.
All right, so I'm gonna play this video by Stutterbot, and that he's reacting to him being recorded secretly by CS2 Back, and that's a part of the documentary y'all heard earlier. And this is how he feels about CS2 Back, aka Wack 100, doing what he did as far as recording him secretly.
Top east side to the west side. First, let me apologize to the homie Dale Dog. I said some things that were incorrect. The Wack nigga called my phone offering my daughter free points in his diaper company, want to send my son some money, and I just went left. The things I said about the homie dog was incorrect. He kept it clean through the whole video. And I apologize to the homie dog, to the homie Big U, to the homie Mark Stevens, to all the homies involved, friends and family. The Wack nigga offered some points to my daughter in his diaper company, and the conversation went left. The incident happened. We was in Vegas. We bumped into Suge. Wack said he brought me my Desert Eagle. This is true. But he forgot the part when the Mexican fired on him with Suge, and he was scared like a little bitch. I was ready to start busting, but I'm not finna bust for a nigga that ain't gonna bust his own gun. He set me up, you know. He do content. I don't do this internet shit. You know, the homie Dog taught me everything I know. You know, Big U been nothing but a brother to me. Mark been nothing but a brother to me. And for what it's worth, brother, I apologize to all you guys. And may the brother Dale Dog rest in peace. The Wack nigga came to me because he had an artist named Stacey Adams. He was only performing at his birthday party. He asked me to put him with Game, Ray J, blase, blase. I changed his life. And you see how he repaid me. He was living his life through me. Shaq was giving me floor seats. Then he started giving it to Wack. Every plug Mark had, Wack went out his way to steal it. K Slay. Go watch the video, You Can't Stop the Rain. Baby, K Slay, Mark, Papoose, we all in the video. Wack was nowhere around. Getting back to the incident, Wack got fired on. I pulled out my Desert Eagle. He got a fofo in his back pocket. He don't pull out his gun and start busting. I said, this Mark ass nigga, you know, all this shit is on the internet, man. I don't do the internet. So I apologize to all the East Side homies, all the West Side homies. You know, the things I said is really unforgivable. But I ask you guys to pardon me, you know. And as far as the snitch allegations, I'm suicide with the business, man. But when you involve children in it, the street shit go out the window. I shouldn't have never mentioned the homie's name to this buster ass nigga. But I bump into cuz sooner or later. You know, I'll bump into him sooner or later. I just want to get on here and say, I apologize to Big U, Dog, Mark, all the homies involved, the family, because Dog taught me everything I know, bro. And I'm embarrassed that this nigga recorded me and posted. The nigga called me wearing a wire. Police ass nigga. You know. And I'm going to continue to apologize and seek forgiveness with the homies, cuz my bad.
Hey, that shit right there, that shit hit different. Hey, lock that in right there. Keep that there. The U.O.D. trolling the fuck out of Wack. Nah, bro, this ain't even trolling, bro. Our whole community from L.A. to Jersey to down south, this ain't no geographical shit. This is about our community and us taking a position and standing up as men against something that's we already under attack. We already under attack. So now this same coward that recorded this man with a wire, that was the first on the initial phone call on the wiretaps in the Main Street case, posted something about Mark Stevens. You know what I'm saying? Go look at Wack IG and then you be the judge. Talk about he's gonna sue this man. I just played audio for y'all specifically that stated, he said, go at Mark Steven knows I saved 7 Crips. You referred us to Mark Stevens with lies, with black lies.
Hey, on top of that,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You know, the brother who's recording just finished playing, you know what I'm saying? You know, he purported dude as his partner, as his brother, talking about how he's uncle to this dude's kids. Now all of a sudden, a few days ago, you know what I'm saying? Now he's a rat. You know what I'm saying? It's like whenever you ain't saying something pleasing about this dude, you a rat or a homosexual. It's like how is this dude always got a front row seat to somebody's sexual activities? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know a man that's too concerned about another man's sexual activity. But look,
Right.
you don't want to lose the point about Mark Stevens. Mark Stevens made it clear the only reason he's doing this is because he see what Wack is doing, and it was time for him to reveal it to Big U. Hopefully we can, I'm going to try to back channel some of the Rolling 60 Crips. Hopefully we can set up an interview with Big U so we can try to see if he can validate that Mark Stevens did give him the paperwork, when he gave him the paperwork, etc. But I guess Wack thought that U was going to expose him, and that's why he wanted to muddy the waters. Let me tear at his character. That's what they did to Jane Fonda because she supported the Panthers. That's what they did to Huey P. That's what they did to Fred Hampton. Try to agent provocateurs to provoke him and Jeff Ford. Hey, free Jeff Ford also. So now you talking about you gonna sue this man for responding with the truth. He might spend a couple $100 to file the lawsuit, but it'll be frivolous because it's the truth. We have documents and paperwork in your own statements that you called Mark Stevens several times trying to get in contact with Del Dog. You said that on the recording, your slow ass release with Stutterbox, wiretap, recording the man unknowingly. Our recording, I'm a content creator. I'm a creative. I'm a CEO of an entertainment company. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna bring it out with the 3-series documentary on Active Chucks right now on YouTube. Y'all be able to go check it out whenever you want to at Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow when you with your family. Know that it's some real good brothers out here from everywhere, and it's some fucked up ones from everywhere. Somebody said y'all got California or LA looking bad. Wack 100 got California and LA looking bad. No, he ain't. You see the resistance. You see that people been standing up against him all along the way. Y'all just ain't heard our voice yet. You got other people that see and understand his tactics. So they don't want to get caught up on an indictment and come out here explaining something or opening up old wounds that could cause some more shit in the street. This nigga talking about gang wars and shit. People dead and he's recording, bringing it publicly. So at almost 50 years old, we definitely don't believe that he's the type of representative of LA, California, the West Coast, or melanated men across the United States, period. He is not a representative of our culture, our communities, or our values and code of ethics. He makes that clear. He's an informant, hip hop police. So yeah, Stats 280 gone. We gonna cut this motherfucking YouTube short because we don't want it too long. And we on Clubhouse in the real Damu Love. If you on YouTube now and you want to come up there, pull up, come kick it with some real niggas. A lot of Crips in there too. We fuck with real niggas everywhere, homie. You know what I'm saying? So pull up. We gonna end this ASAP. How do I